Hello everyone, this is Lions Dan with another news and commentary. Before I start this video, I want to give a shout out to Willie D from Willie D Live to talk about this story. Now, we heard about, Toronto, Canada, and I've been to Toronto, so, and we heard about those, they're not racist, we don't do racial things up there, right? So here in America, we always try to fight justice for Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Now, this story is no different. A young lady named Regis Paquet, the police says that I guess it was suicide. But the families of Regis Paquet says no. The police officer, the mother of Regis Paquet, she says that the officer pushed her off the building and killed her. So now the family of Regis Paquet demand answers. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this news clip from Toronto City TV, and we'll continue the rest of my commentary.
Questions are still swirling tonight about what exactly happened the moments before a young black woman fell to her death from her High Park apartment yesterday. The province's police watchdog is now investigating as the family demands answers about how a call for help ended with such a horrific ending.
I asked the police yesterday if they could take my daughter to Camp H, and my daughter ended up dead. So I don't understand.
A heartbroken family desperate for answers after 29-year-old Regis Korchinski-Paquet ended up dead on the lawn of her High Park apartment Wednesday.
We need to find justice for her. She means so much to me. I love you, Regis. I love you, and I'll never stop fighting for you. I promise you.
Police were called to the 24th floor around 5 p.m. by Regis's mother, who says her daughter was experiencing a mental health crisis after an epileptic seizure. They say Regis exchanged words with officers in the hallway, then entered the apartment saying she had to use the bathroom. Police followed, barring her brother and mother from entering.
After approximately 1 to 2 minutes, the mother and the brother heard commotion in the apartment and then heard Regis cry out, "Mom, help, mom, help, mom, help." After that, mother and brother heard silence.
We were like standing here looking like this, and she literally flew by us.
Building residents left reeling from the horrific turn of events. One man telling City News he'd come out to his balcony after hearing the commotion of about 6 police cruisers arriving. 10 minutes later, he witnessed a woman falling to her death.
I'm freaked out. I couldn't even go to work today, nothing.
But what exactly happened in the moments before Regis's death still remains unclear. The Special Investigations Unit has now taken over. They're called in anytime a civilian is seriously injured or killed during an interaction with police.
The police killed my daughter, came in my apartment, and shoved her off the balcony.
Those were the allegations being made by Regis's mother hours after the incident Wednesday. Today, the family stopped short of repeating them, but say they find it hard to believe Regis would have jumped.
I can tell you this. Regis has been calling the building for weeks in an attempt to get a screen put on her balcony, as her neighbor has a screen. She's had very strong concerns about the safety.
It's the way they went into it, how aggressively they went in there after a girl that is 100 pounds. It's the way that they went in there.
Regis's brother calling out Toronto Police's aggressive handling of the situation, saying there were at least 5 officers on scene. Their family lawyer pointing out this is not the first time police have failed to deal with mental health calls appropriately.
If we see statistically, there is a higher proportion of violence against people of color. When you intersect mental health and color, then you get an even higher percentage.
Case in point, the shooting death of Andrew Loku in 2015, a black man with mental health issues killed by Toronto police. A 2017 coroner's inquest recommended the force expand its crisis services, review use of force training, and focus on de-escalation. Those officers were never charged. In a press conference today, Police Chief Mark Saunders said while he legally can't comment on SIU investigations, he does believe there will be transparency and accountability, urging the public to wait for the SIU's report.
I'm awaiting all of the evidence, the fingerprints, the statements, any type of DNA to tell the story, to tell the truth. And I support my men and women based on the limited information that I have right now.
Singh says he hopes this investigation won't go the same way Andrew Loku's did.
One thing that I would like to ensure is that the SIU retrieves all the cameras from the building, because we know in the Andrew Loku situation, the precise moment of Andrew Loku being shot was not available on the video, somehow deleted.
Now, Regis's family describes her as a talented gymnast and a volunteer at her church. It says she only began experiencing seizures within the last 5 years. She leaves behind 4 siblings and 12 nieces and nephews.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been to Toronto. I've been to Canada. And I'm keeping it real before I, move on with this story. So, my father married a Canadian woman a couple of years back, and I've been like I said, I've been to Canada, and people think, Toronto, the country of Canada itself, is multiracial. That's what they said. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Regis Paquet, I say, and I believe the mother, I believe the family of this. I think that the officer did push her off the balcony and led to her death. And now, on the story that they said that she may suffer from mental issues. The mother didn't even talking about that. The mother not even explaining that she has mental issues. Not one time on the press conference. So and then police going to say, well, and you heard what they said. They try to, they did not even let the family in to help Regis. They not even let her. They couldn't even let her in, because remember they said that she's want to use the restroom, and the officer followed her in there. Now, what happened after that? That is the question. Because the way I hear, unfortunately, that we didn't hear nothing that she isn't even suicidal and anything like that. So I believe what the mother is saying, that yes, I think the officer did push her off that balcony window. Now, I know the police chief, you saw him, that he's a black man. They said, and I guess they said wait until the facts come out. But the thing is, we already know how it turns out, right? Same here in America. Nothing's changed. So, even though this is Toronto, Canada, that it happened, racism doesn't change no matter what country you're living in. So, we've been through, we already going through racism here, ladies and gentlemen, with the Ahmaud Arbery case, with the Breonna Taylor case, with the George Floyd case, and now this case. And just because you live in a different country doesn't necessarily mean they don't express racism up there. And it does. You just didn't hear it in mainstream media. So, and I told you on my podcast, and that's exactly how I feel about the George Floyd case. So now people in Canada is experiencing the same thing they're experiencing down here, except again, they not even talk about it like we do here. So, and I'm telling you like this, I'm to the point now that, they deserve answers. I'm talking about the family. They do deserve answers. They do deserve what happened to their daughter. And the mother, like I said, I believe what the mother said, that the police did indeed push the daughter off the balcony. So don't be surprised in Toronto, it's going to be massive protests up there to demand justice for Regis Paquet. And it's sad that, again, we're going through a lot, people. Racism, it doesn't matter where you live at. It doesn't matter what country you're from. Racism exists. So, and I hope that the family will seek justice against the officer that did it. Now remember, just like here in America, they did not release the officer's name, badge number, or nothing. But this is how it goes in the media. But let if the role were reversed, if we do something to the officer, their face will be plastered. Everybody in the mainstream media gonna know who you are. But this is how police operate. So again, I believe what the mother said, that this officer did push that little girl, because not one time did he even say that she's suffering from mental issues or or anything like that. They didn't say nothing like that. The media says that, not the families. So I'm gonna make it perfectly clear that the media said that they may check to see she has mental issues. The mother or any other family members even not once said anything like that about their daughter or sister. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think about this. And again, shouts out to Willie D from Willie D Live, because, you know, he brought up this story about Regis Paquet. And I hope that justice will be served all the way from the United States to Canada. Because, again, like I said, just because, you know, this is Canada doesn't necessarily mean they won't express racism up there. Y'all let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Rest in peace, Regis Paquet. Deuces.